Presenting Canary P.I. in Reminisce to Remember, Lucidity, a J. Henry production. Feels like I'm falling into an endless dark and void that has no bottom. Going over cases of my past over and over and over, trying to make sense of my life. Maybe find a clue. Find a life raft of reason. Funny farm, huh? Yeah, I like to make jokes. That's where I've been this whole time. For a little over a year now. Came in on a autumnal October evening. The 30th, I believe. I don't do much but stay in this room. Walk in circles and do push-ups that don't atrophy too bad. Don't say a word to no one. Don't need to. Just been processing. Figuring out why. Why me?
It's been a while. I hate to see you in here. Hey, can you hear me, Canary?
What's this? A phantom from my past? Only a memory now. That's where you stay.
Cripes. They told me he wasn't doped up. Canary! Hey! Snap out of it! This isn't working. There's someone else here to see you. See if you can talk some sense into him. He's not listening to me.
Canary? Canary, it's me. Joe.
Now that's definitely a ghost. Joe moved to California ages ago.
I know you're in there. I know you can talk. What are you still doing in here? Why do you punish yourself?
He witnessed the aftermath to some of the worst killings in the city's history. It's enough to make anyone crack. This is a dead end. Let's go.
No, I know him. He's just stubborn.
Honey, this goes beyond being a little grumpy. His marbles are gone.
You may be the chief of police, but you don't talk to me that way. Canary, if you feel you need to pay some kind of reparations for what happened, this isn't the way to do it. There's been more murders. It matches his MO. You were the one. You were the one who got the closest to catching him. You know him better than anyone. He's back. The maniac is back.
I knew he would be back.
That's good, Canary. Come back to us.
I knew he would be back. I think I'm the key to some perverse game he's running. It's me he wanted the most. He wanted to break me first. He succeeded. Misery makes it sweeter.
You're here, under your own accord. After what happened, you checked yourself in. You're not committed. You're voluntary.
That's right. You're doing this to yourself. Okay? The longer you stay in here, the longer he wins. You were never one to lose. You were good at what you did. You could have spent all this time helping people, but instead you rather waste away.
Let's not exaggerate. All I was a 2-bit PI. I failed the most important case of my life. If you saw what he did in that house, what he did to that innocent family, people died because of me. The first thing I saw was a femur on the coffee table. Deep teeth marks. He even consumed the family dog. He must have been there for days, a week even. He left a diary. I wish I'd never read it, but I did. He used tourniquets and a hot poker from the fireplace to cauterize any bleedouts. Kept them alive as long as he could. Made them watch as he ate. He wrote their misery made the flesh taste sweeter. I can hear it, you know. His dry, irony-stained teeth, chattering like one of those little wind-up toys. All 5 of them had to have closed coffin funerals. There wasn't much left. They died because I didn't get to them in time. Because I wasn't good enough.
Stop it! I need you, Canary. The city needs you. The chief here, he might not admit it, but he needs you too.
He's just one person.
What happened wasn't your fault, okay? You can't blame yourself. He murdered them, not you. And if you know how to stop the killer or where he is, then you need to get the hell up right now and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Do what needs to be done. What you always did. Save the day. Save us. You big jerk.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself, son? We tried. We're not gonna get through. I told you this wouldn't work.
Okay.
What was that?
I said okay, goddammit! What does it even matter, voluntary or not? They're not gonna let me just walk out at a moment's notice.
You're not here under any court order. Also, do you forget who we are and what we do?
By the powers bestowed to me as chief of police, I now pronounce you cured.
What about my P.I. license?
Was never voided to begin with.
The chief did a good job of keeping it out of the papers while you were in here.
It's all taken care of. What do you say, Canary?
I say... I need a shower. And a suit. Let's get to work. Can't believe this stuff still fits me. A little loose, but I like it that way. Feels like having the outer layer of my skin back on. Feels right. Feels like armor. Joe came with me back to the office. It was boarded up and we had to send out for a crowbar and oil lamps, since it was too late in the day to get the power turned back on. White sheets were thrown over the furniture, grayed by dust and neglect. Dark and dusty, like a desiccated casket. Felt par for the course.
Hey, it's my old Olympia. With feather touch control. Still got action left in it.
If I knew you liked it so much, I would have had it mailed to you.
It would have reminded me of my past life too much. I think any time before now, I would have winced at this stuff.
What's so different now?
I don't know. The whole situation we're dealing with is bigger than any one person's feelings. Look at you behind that desk. Never thought I'd see this again.
That you'd be back here or that I'm out of that sanitarium?
Both.
Joe. I'm sorry.
What are you on about?
I believed you, you know. Little green men. Snow yetis. Lizard congressmen. I was scared because you're as honest as they come. I always knew you were rock solid or you wouldn't have lasted a month here. Even if you were just a secretary, it's dangerous being around all this. I knew you could handle yourself if it came down to it.
No sweat, Canary. Thinking back, it's hard for me to believe the things I saw with my own 2 eyes.
Everything seemed to work out for you, though. You made detective.
LAPD's finest, I guess you could call me.
Hey, that's farther than I ever made it when I was on the force. I knew you had it in you. If you wanted it.
I kept trying to run away from this kind of life, but I had to stop fighting it. I had to become who I am, and I'm really making a difference out there.
You know what's funny? I spent all that time going over and over my past cases. Everything I could remember in there. Reminiscing on what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could have done differently. Any clues, anything. How I could have beat him. And the truth is, now that I'm back, I don't even know where to start. I got nothing. I'm as lost as ever.
Getting settled in?
I have to go anyway. I'm jet-lagged to the hilt. You okay here, Canary?
Yes, please go. I'm fine. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere.
Everything's still here? I did my best to check the property and I had everything boarded up and covered.
So that was you. Thanks. All these niceties are starting to make me sick. What about you?
You were always a thorn in my side.
I'm home.
We gotta get him, Canary.
I know.
He crossed state lines. That's how Joe got involved.
Are you sure it's not copycats?
If they are, they're the best I've ever seen. He left his calling card. We never released that to the papers.
You know that diary he left behind that day? That day I almost had him?
Yeah, still have nightmares.
There was a page in it that I tore out. Didn't want anyone to see. It was instructions.
Why didn't you tell us? You tampered with evidence.
There was still meat in the icebox. Looked like run-of-the-mill pot roast. Brown and pedestrian. Here's the missing page.
If all has gone to plan, there is one, you, R.P. Canary, P.I., who has read this testament of my deeds. I don't know why I do what I do. The hunger grows, and it's like I'm not in control of my actions.
Why you, Canary? I randomly found a phone book and placed my finger on an ad of yours. Once I tailed you and saw your generally sunny disposition on things. Well, like I've written many times in these passages, misery makes the flesh taste sweeter. I will not kill you now. But once I do, you will be so broken. There will be as much hope left in you as there is sand. I am not completely unreasonable. I believe in free will. You're lucky. I gave you choice cuts from each of them. You eat my special pot roast. You clean your plate. And then, I never harm you or anyone on this continent ever again. Or, you remove yourself from the equation and leave me free to feed. I'm going on a trip. I like variety, but right here, your city. This is my favorite scene. A special kind of suffering here. You won't be off the hook, though. You still must take a single bite. I'll know, Canary. Don't ask me how. But I'll know.
Canary, you didn't.
Of course I didn't. I mean, yeah, I didn't. I couldn't have. I blacked out, goddammit. I can't remember. These were in there too. I throw photos of my mom, dad, acquaintances, with profane words scribbled into them. What the hell did that monster do to me? I threw one more photo down on the pile. It was Joe.
Why didn't you tell the police, you muttonhead?
You don't understand. I had glimpses into this man. To try to catch someone, you have to think like them, almost become them. I'm not a superstitious man, but no matter how you define evil, he was pure. He has no motive. He is a sadist in the truest sense of the word. The worst part is, he's cunning. You don't usually get both at such a high level. I couldn't put anyone in danger. As crazy as he is, he has a twisted code of ethics. Me going away was the only way to ensure that people around me don't get hurt.
Well, now that's a bunch of crap. I don't know what this guy did to you, but you let him get in your head. It's like You have some mutual obsession with each other. I've seen you put away the vilest of the vile. What's different about this guy? Nothing. Look, I'm not a man who kicks someone when they're down. So this is the only time I'm gonna tell you this. You were the best damn cop we saw in 30 years. You could have had my job if you just stuck it out.
Half those people treating the evidence room like their personal Woolworths. Take a little money off the top. A jazz cigarette here, a gun as hot as Hedy Lamarr there, and the perp walks and another gun hits the street. Wasn't the life for me.
What makes you so sanctimonious? You think I like it? We had a mission, Canary. We were gonna clean it all up. But you're the one who walked out. I decided to stay. The only way that things are gonna change is if someone does the work from the inside out. This is enough of a burden for two, but did you ever think, for once, the pressure? I can't even imagine how bad it would be if I wasn't there. I'd do my best.
Chief.
What smart-ass quip have you got for me now?
I'm sorry. You're stronger than me, no good man.
Yeah, we both know that isn't true. We both got a stubborn sense of morality.
You never could take a compliment. Flatfoot.
Yeah, neither could you, Birdbrain. Hey. Canary. You okay?
I'm getting there.
We gotta make this guy ride the lightning.
That'd be too good for him.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
Hey, when are you gonna make that hotshot detective an honest woman?
It's not like that.
Okay, if you say so.
Besides, you know the danger. You roll the bones anytime you go out on a case.
I guess we got a different way to view it. I love my wife. We live for today. Josephine would understand. I need to sleep. Feels like I'm living in the station nowadays. You gonna be okay here tonight?
Yeah, I think I'll just stay here tonight and get things set up.
Well, meet me at the station tomorrow. As early as you can.
Yep. I sank into my chair as a plume of dust filled the air around me. I reached into my desk drawer and pulled out a piece of tattered paper and an old pack of Luckies. Yeah, tastes like sawdust. I pulled an oil lamp closer to read the page, inked in a brownish red, my hands shaking.
This page is for your eyes only, Canary. I bet you're still thinking of the taste. Once you try it, it stays with you forever. You're forever changed. One of the rare, elite few. Can't wait until we finally meet in person. Wait until you try it raw. Simply scrumptious. See you soon.
Voice acted by, in order of appearance, Chrisi, Talyn, Sage as Nurse, M.T. Goins as Doctor, J. Henry as Canary P.I, Aidan Hughes as Chief of Police, Tina Marie Serra as Josephine Woodward, Erik Smith as Dacnomaniac. Written, directed, and edited by J. Henry. Music by Pedro Esparza, Vivek Abhishek, Kevin MacLeod. Keep tabs on us at twitter.com/RPCanaryPI. This concludes the broadcast.